All right. Hey, Rock on Beer viewers. Welcome to. This is going to be a little bit different. Well, it's going to kind of be a beer review video, but I'm also going to try and tap into the hive mind a little bit and maybe get some ideas on. This is a beer that I would like to brew a clone of, and it's beer from a smaller brewery in Michigan, so there's obviously not a lot of info on their ingredients and stuff. It's pretty limited release. But I had this at a little place in my hometown, and really really enjoyed it. And then I ran out to the beer store, and they happened to actually have it in cans, so went ahead and grabbed one and brought it back with me to Denmark. So this is Pigeon Hill Brewing Company, the OCP Oatmeal Cream Pie. So yeah, this is Pigeon Hill Brewing out of Muskegon. All right, out of Muskegon, that's nice. And it says, "You down with OCP? Ale with spices and oaty goodness." If you don't know what an oatmeal cream pie is, it's kind of a standard cookie type. It's like I remember at most buying them in the gas station for 25 cents. When I used to be a delivery driver, I used to live on those things, oatmeal cream pies, and different recipes. There are different kinds. People make them homemade. They put the raisins in there, but they're usually like an oatmeal two oatmeal cookies, kind of more standardized oatmeal cookies. Maybe a little cinnamon in them. Who knows? With some like marshmallow cream in between, like marshmallowy fluff. So, and yeah, this is the liquid beer version. It's 6% alcohol, 10 IBU. And what do they actually say that it is? I did a quick look online, and literally like the only thing I could find a description of it is on the website, on the Pigeon Hill website itself, and it says OCP is the result of a challenge made by Joel's wife. I want a beer that tastes like an oatmeal cream pie. Using oats, marshmallow stuff, and other secret ingredients, OCP was born. Tasting notes. Seriously, it tastes just like an oatmeal cream pie, so that's all you get. All right, I'm going to crack into this. Yeah, so it's tough to, if you've never had an oatmeal cream pie, it's going to be probably tough for you to yeah, I saw it categorized as a brown ale, but it's not super brown, like a really light brown ale, I guess. But it's also not. Yeah, I don't know what I would categorize that as. Specialty ale. It's not super dark. It's got a kind of slightly off-white head to it. It's in real life, when you hold it up to the light, it's just kind of brownish tinged. It's not super ruby. It's not super brown, but it's also, of course, not light. So, and the smell of it, it's malty. I get kind of a raisiny vibe from it, or more like a dark, like raisins. I would say that. Little bit of spiciness, but mostly it smells like a more laid back kind of brown ale, like an English style brown ale. Um, yeah, it's just got a really nice. There's a slight chocolatiness to it, like from just a lightly roasted malt. I'm guessing that it's some kind of like light chocolate, brown malt, maybe even just some dark crystal, or maybe a specialty grain like Victory or Biscuit. All right, I'm gonna cheers. Ha, it's that aftertaste, man. It tastes like oatmeal cream pies. It's insane. It's just really insane. It's not highly carbonated. It's a very it's got a very thin type mouthfeel, but it also tastes sweet, and I don't know if that's some kind of lactose. Probably not lactose. Maybe it's something residual from I'm guessing they put marshmallow fluff or marshmallow stuff, which would be like the marshmallow spread, I think, that you would put on like bread if you're American. Um, I'm guessing that went into the boil, maybe. Um, it definitely has a sweet component, even though the mouthfeel is super thin. It's got a touch of spiciness on the end, and it's the oatmeal cookie. It's got an oatmeal type flavor, but I think that it's kind of a cinnamony type flavor, like a really super light cinnamon. Um, yeah, super light cinnamon, which I think gives it that oatmeal. And then I wonder if I have experimented in the past with making beers with oats in them, like flaked oats, but toasting the oats first. And I've had some pretty cool success with that. And I wonder if that's not what they've done here to kind of enhance that cooked oat, that like oat cookie flavor. I would really bet that's if I'm gonna make a version of this, I would definitely toast the oats. Because yeah, it has kind of a toasty cinnamon cookie, oatmeal cinnamon cookie flavor to it, and then the sweetness gives it that. I mean, you can't really taste marshmallow. I mean that would be a pretty big feat to pull off in a beer. I've had plenty of marshmallow beers that, I mean, you don't really get that marshmallowy, but it does have a sugary component to it, which is there. And then there's just that kind of, yeah, smooth, very subtle maltiness to it, very subtle dark maltiness. I almost want to say, yeah, because it reminds me of when I've used brown malt in my brown ales, or like I said, maybe a really light chocolate malt. But they must have been really like not heavy handed on it at all. It's there's almost no like darker grain flavor to it. It's just a blush of that. And you can tell it's easy drinking. I'm blowing through it like crazy. But yeah, I think it's that toasty cinnamon flavor and the very very light brown, or I keep saying brown malt, but I'm not sure. Very very light maltiness to it that gives it that oatmeal cream pie. That is a really crazy beer. That's freaking awesome. Pigeon Hill Brewing Company. That's amazing. I had another. I think I actually did a video. I had the oatmeal cream pie, dragon's milk, and that had a very distinct flavor. But of course, it was an imperial stout, so the imperial stout was more there than the oatmeal cream pie. This is literally as if somebody has just blended oatmeal cream pies up into yeah, a liquid form and put them in a can. All right, you can tell I really like this beer. I'm kind of raving about it. I'm deeply, deeply interested in making it. I think that this would be a really cool beer, especially for maybe like the holidays. I'm thinking of making it like Christmas beer almost. I don't know, that kind of cinnamoniness gives me kind of a little bit of a Christmas vibe, but I really want to try and recreate this. So I want to ask you guys, what do you think from my description, or if you've ever had some kind of beer like this? Um, what do you think? Do you think I'm getting there with the toasted oats, and I'm guessing cinnamon, but maybe just like cinnamon stick in the boil, or maybe just a very small tincture, like just I'm thinking that I would brew it without any kind of cinnamon and then make some kind of a cinnamon tincture and then kind of blend to taste, because this is so subtle that I bet you could just really easily overpower any one component of it. Yeah, it's just such a delicate like aftertaste that gives it. It's everything is in the aftertaste. And anybody have any what do you think my best bet with getting such a subtle, like darker malt character, I'm almost thinking that should like cold steep maybe brown malt or like super light chocolate malt and add it in after the mash, like maybe after flame out even. Other than that, I'm guessing this is just a straight, pretty straight, maybe like, I don't know, just pale ale malt. And then everything comes from it can't be a very complex dark grain bill, just from the color itself and the fact that the other flavors are really subtle, so they would just be easily overpowered. I don't know. What do you guys think? Anybody interested in this kind of beer? Oh, and if anybody has any marshmallow experience, where do you put them in? Where do you blend them into the mix? All right, guys. I'm gonna go take a look online and see if I can find any more info on this beer. Maybe start jotting down a recipe. And I mean, this is definitely going to become a video in the future of me trying to brew a version of this. So until then, cheers, guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll see you later.